The opening month in the new year 2016 just about getting to the end. We have seen snapshots of two major events, talking about the CAF Player of the Year Award and, of course, the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Two major tournaments, the African Championships for home-based players, talking about Chang 2016, still going on in Rwanda for the Super Eagles. You already know the story. And, of course, the Australian Open, where the likes of Serena Williams and Djokovic will be getting to the last lap of the final story of the Aussie Open for 2016. So much to share on Hot Sports this lovely Saturday. But first, let's take you into our sports menu for the program this Saturday.
Trending this week on Hotspot Network. Our Sports Hotspot segment with focus on the first phase opening of HS Media Studio. We also bring you the Australian Open, the English FA Cup preview of games from the Spanish La Liga, Entertainment Corner special with comedian Clint the Drunk on the hot seat. Our main issue of the day is, should Sunday Olise's tactical competence be judged by the performance of the Chan 2016 Super Eagles? Finalists have emerged in the Capital One Cup, Liverpool and Manchester City. But the English FA Cup is just heating up and there'll be plenty to look forward to this weekend. With Arsenal's bid to win its first league title in 12 years taking a little jolt, their cup defense is still very much in gear. They will later this afternoon host Championship side Burnley, who currently lie third in the Championship. On paper, that should be easy street for the Gunners, but as we all know, there are no minnows in football anymore. Of the Premiership sides in action this weekend, Tottenham probably has the easiest task as they are guests of Colchester United. Colchester, who lie at the bottom of the League One, are expected by all to roll over for Pochettino's words. Top of the bill this weekend will be the two All-Premiership clashes that pits Aston Villa against Manchester City, while Liverpool are home to West Ham. Liverpool, who limped over the line in its semi-final Capital One Cup win over Stoke City, will have its hands full against an informed West Ham. If ever there was a game expected to be tight, this one will be. On Sunday, Chelsea is away to another Championship side, MK Dons. MK Dons may be hovering perilously above the relegation zone but have lost only 2 of their last 6 competitive outings. The Championship side meanwhile have won 4 of their last 5 fixtures on home turf and so will be confident of springing an FA Cup upset. Chelsea on the other hand have yet to lose any game since the return of Goose Hiddink, but will be under no illusions that this tie will be easy. In the Spanish La Liga, Saturday afternoon will be lit by fireworks when defending champions Barcelona host Atletico Madrid in the top of the bill clash. Both teams are level on points, but Barcelona have a game in hand. A lot depends on this game as Barcelona go in search of all 3 points to consolidate its position on the table. Third place Real Madrid, who stumbled last week to Real Betis, will look to return to winning ways when they host Espanyol at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid are yet to lose any game under Zinedine Zidane.
Who am I, Gala? Gala. My delicious Gala. Gala. Satisfying Gala. Gala. I be Mr. Gala. Gala. Share the Gala, make we groove. Hey, groove. Hey, groove. Chop 1, chop 2. Your Gala. Tasty, trusted Gala. Satisfying Gala. When the hungry show, tasty, trusted, satisfying Gala. If you go, you know.
USA Foods have signed a brand ambassadorship deal with one of the leading music record labels in Nigeria, 5 Star Music Group. In this regard, reggae blues singer Harry Song has officially been unveiled as the new face of Gala Sausage Roll. The contract was signed and Harry Song revealed on Wednesday, January 27, at the USA Foods corporate office in Ojota, Lagos, by the company's management. Harrison, whose real names are Harrison Tare Okiri, was unveiled alongside the two other major artists signed on to Five Star Music, KC of Limpopo fame and Skibi. Speaking at the event, USC General Manager Marketing, Mrs. Joan Ihekwaba, said the brand ambassadors represented the gala character.
Yes, we have been searching, but when this happened, we said, this is it. This is a person that truly has demonstrated love for the brand. Because we didn't tell him to sing the song. We're not in the relationship before he sang the song. And for him to put it in his song shows that he's passionate about that brand. That brand means something to him, means something to his aspirations, means something to his life. And we said, that is the guy we've been looking for.
Harrison, who is the face of the brand, is a good fit for the image of Gala brand.
Our taking this to the next level as being the face of Gala is exciting for me. I've been eating Gala, not be today. You understand? Not be today. We've been eating Gala for a while now, long time from the street. You know, Gala is like everyday simple English. Yes, everyday simple. Gala is not grammar. Gala is I'm coming, you are going. Yes, that's why it keeps you going. I remember like 6 years ago when I was still playing at OJ's live band, and for every Friday night that I have like 4 shows to do, when I was still an upcoming artist hustling on the streets, I will have like three galas, like 6 o'clock, because I cannot really settle to eat heavy food and not all those times you don't have all those plenty money to even chop better rice. You don't understand. But Gala will keep you going. Gala will keep you going. See, settle. You understand? Gala will keep you going till you now say, okay, but I don't do my reach this level. You understand? So that's how it is. So Gala keeps you going, and that's why this slogan is there. It's not just for the word that is there, but truly it has been keeping me going, my brother.
From my voice, you can hear excitement. I'm so excited for the relationship between Five Star Music and USC. And USC sounds like as old as my father said to me. Because when I was in Ajigule, one of my neighbors there, one man, were still in primary school, used to work in USC. So if they go work that time, I'm working in USC, it'd be like the way they work for Aso Rock. You understand? So after so many years, look at me, grown, and I'm still hearing USC food. Please, they deserve a round of applause. I'm so excited to be part of this family today. This has shown the brand is strong. They've come to stay. They've done over 5 decades, like Madam said. That is not a chance as far as I'm concerned. So I am really happy and excited. And please don't stop eating Gala. Please, please. All the Gala my generation have eaten, my mother, my father, my friends and family. Me and Harry, we have collected some part of our share now.
Harrison and the other brand ambassadors speak the language of our target audience.
Gala is Nigeria's #1 sausage roll brand with over 50 years market leadership position. It is also very important to let you know that we opted for the Five Star Music Group because the group represents the vibrant, entrepreneurial, and indomitable Nigerian spirit, which align with the Gala position. We believe strongly that the brand association with the Five Star Music Group will further differentiate Gala from the myriad of follower brands in the markets.
Who am I, Gala? Gala. My delicious Gala. Gala. Satisfying Gala. Gala. I be Mr. Gala. Gala. Share the Gala, make we groove. Groove. Chop one, chop two. Your Gala. Tasty, trusted Gala. Satisfying Gala. When the hungry show, tasty, trusted, satisfying Gala keeps you going.
When I said after the radio, play the blues. When I said share the Gala, share the blues, and right now this is saying I be Mr. Gala. There's something that we say when I was growing up. We said if you know be you, no be you. nobody feel be like you. There's something that only you can do. That's why even Ejima twins they're still different. You see both of them. So if you know be gala, no be gala. If you know be UAC gala, no be gala, no be the correct gala.
Sunday, 24th of January 2016 was a momentous day in the history of HS Media Group as they celebrated their new office and studio. The landmark event brought friends and well-wishers to felicitate, especially with Hotsports Limited, which has come to be the arrowhead of the group. The celebration cum dedication service was held at the new office with prayers led by the Vicar Anglican Church of the Ascension, Okpebi, Venerable Dr. Yemi Agbelusi. The Vicar prayed that the vision of the chairman, HS Media Group, Mr. Taye Ige, would not be cut short and that the facility would go on to be the cornerstone of the industry in Nigeria and Africa.
I thought in Proverbs chapter 6 verse 9, it says, commit your ways unto God, and the Lord will establish your plans. And so the first thing we must do to succeed in this place is to actually commit it to God. And our brother has invited all of us here to commit this place to God, that God who began this place is the owner of this place and is the one who will bring the work to completion to his glory.
Taige, while showing guests round the studio and offices, was full of gratitude for their support over the years and maintained that the standard, which has been the hallmark of Hotsports Limited, would continue to improve. Among those present at the occasion were Larry Izamuje of Brilla Sports, Demola Olusumade, Chairman Squash Section Lagos Country Club, Larrietta, Chairman Old Trafford Squash Club, Chief Ruben Olowokere, and many others from the sporting media.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sport news and incisive analysis backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Clint, what would you consider to be your best sports?
My best sports is sports that has to do with people beating each other. They have to beat each other. And when they are beating each other, the beat that they are beating each other should be a beat that when they beat each other, they feel beaten by each other. You know? Like Taekwondo, I like it. Even karate, kickboxing, all those ones. The one that me and you, we face each other, we beat. I like it. Then, I like others like what? Ludo and, any other thing that has to do with small game that you will use in wrestling after they've beaten you from the other game where they beat each other. Then football, I love football. I love football because I don't understand it. I watch it, I don't care. I just watch it. It's lovely. Especially I challenge you to take one post. Dead in ball after one. I like that one.
It is the main issue on Hot Sports. The Chang Eagles are back, and time for the players who are of course from the home league here to start getting prepared in their various clubs for the kickoff of the Globe Premier League in a few weeks' time. But we do a post-mortem of the performance of this team under Sunday Olise at the tournament, which is still going on in Rwanda. And on the program today, we are asking if Coach Sunday Olise's tactical competence should be judged by the performance of this team that just came back from Rwanda. It is the major issue on Hot Sports.
We have potential. So let's not say we don't have potential. We have potential to be the best in the world. That is what I honestly believe, and that's what my coaching crew also believe.
And to trash out the major issue on Hot Sports today, of course, is your regular face, Chuka Izwegbuna and Kunle Phillips.
It's no longer news that the Super Chan Eagles crashed out of the Championship of African Nations in the first in the group stage. That's no longer news. What's making the news now is that people are beginning to question the tactical competence of Coach Sunday Odilese, which I find very, very ludicrous. First of all, there are many factors that militated against this team not making it beyond the group stage. We saw good players, we saw good play, even though it came in flashes, but you could see that that there's a man tinkering this team, that there's person who's handling this team is actually thinking and putting things in place. In my opinion, I just think that it was tactical naivety in the by the players, not by the coach, that robbed us of qualification for the quarterfinals. And based on what they've achieved, what they did, what they showed at in Rwanda, I think these boys, there's a future for them. And I think that Coach Sunday Olise has done enough to prove to people that he's not tactically naive, that he's competent enough to handle a team as big as the Super Eagles.
Well, it is often said that one is as good as his last result. And looking at what actually happened in the African Nation Championship that's still going on in Rwanda, the fact that the Super Eagles are out of the tournament, despite high hopes, despite the fact that a lot of Nigerians actually expect them to actually surpass the level, what they achieved 2 years ago in South Africa. It's so disappointing, so disheartening that the Sunday Olise-led home-based Eagles were very disappointing. Look at the play look at their display on the field. Apart from the game against Nigeria Republic, you want to say that the subsequent games, particularly one against the Carthage Eagles and the last game against Tunisia, against Guinea, was really very disappointing, both on the field of play and the tactical aspect. That's coming from the technical crew. That's the area that I think we really have to take a look at. Looking at the way Sunday Olise actually made the substitutions in the last two games, you want to say that this is really very disappointing, and that limited against, this was what led to our ouster from the tournament.
I find it funny when people begin to question the tactical acumen of Coach Sunday Olise, just simply because we crashed out of one tournament, a tournament that in the past we failed to qualify. The reason why we're
but we qualified for the last tournament. The last one we were there, and under Stephen Keshi, we got to the semi-final and came third.
In 4 tournaments, we've only managed to qualify for the tournament twice. And the reason why we're even pointing fingers at Sunday Olise is because we managed to win a bronze in the last tournament. If you look at the last tournament too, people were already beginning to point fingers at Coach Stephen Keshi, especially when in the game against Morocco, we're down 3-0 and miraculously came back. I used the word miraculously because I didn't see too much tactical. We just got the 4 goals.
I don't really understand what Chika is actually talking about. Do we get to really see miracles in the game of football? It is how well you are able to take your chances, how well you play, and the tactical input of the coach that determines whether a team will win a game or not. The game you are talking about against Morocco, we came back and won the game. So what are we talking about? Yeah. And again, we went subsequently to get to the semi-final before we actually crashed out, and we came third. What are we talking about? We should have built. I feel that we should have built on that.
We should have built on that success. But if you look at the history going into this tournament, we know that many times there are doubts about whether Sunday Olise will be on the bench of the Super Eagles, the A team, and not to talk of this team. So he has not really been able to coach this boys.
I don't get what you're saying, Chika, because in the first statement you made was that Sunday Olise didn't know most of these players. How on earth will you say Sonny Olise doesn't know the players?
He has not been around. He has not been able to actually keep this boy together.
He only fell ill about some couple of months ago. Before, I think it was around that time that the list was made. Definitely, you want to say that he has not been, as the gaffer of the Super Eagles, it is expected of him to actually watch the Nigerian Professional Football League and also.
There's no doubt about whether he watches that he should watch the local league. There's no doubt he should do that. Every coach that coaches the Nigerian national team.
So he should know most of the players.
Yes. But he has not actually really had more time to sit down and work with these players the way he would want to. And don't forget that Olise is more focused on the A team and he's building a team. And that is taking a lot out of him. And if you look at how we played in Rwanda, they didn't play entirely badly. We beat Niger 4-1 against Tunisia, that we almost won against Tunisia. Don't forget that team was a Tunisian A team. So I think these boys, they did well. And based on the resources before Sunday Olise, I think he was able to show the world that he's got something to offer to the Super Eagles, to the team, and our national team.
So from your own angle now, you think that with the fact that we got ousted in the first round of this CHAN, this is really good. Is it really good? Is it a good omen for the country? Looking at the fact that
let's not focus.
You remember that we were talking about the fact that we are actually down in the FIFA ranking, and now FIFA said they are going to judge, at least by virtue, if we're able to turn out wins in this tournament, we might move up in the FIFA ranking. Look at what has happened now.
Let's not judge. Let's not look at the results. Let's look at the man, and let's take away the
results for the time. We look at the man.
Would you say that Del Bosque is a bad coach? Would you say that his tactical acumen is suspect?
No, you can actually compare the Bosque with this is his first tournament. This is Sonny Olise's first tournament playing in Africa.
But a defending champion crashing out of the group stage of the World Cup.
We're talking about the World Cup. Before then, he has won the World Cup.
It doesn't matter.
What is Sonny Olise's antecedent? Yeah, this is one of the things. This is his first time, and this is an African tournament. One would have expected that it will go far. And let me tell you something, Chika. I remember in the game against the last game against Guinea, in the 42nd minute, he removed a player and brought in a player. How on earth will he do that? The player wasn't injured and he brought him on. And immediately after the game, what's so tactical about that? Immediately after the game, immediately after the player was substituted, I think Usman. Immediately after he was substituted, the goal came in. What do we talk? What do you make up of that?
It happens. You look at the game, you see things are going wrong. My boys are not. I have one or two boys in the team that are not executing the plan the way we agreed. You remove the player, and it just so happened that when you put that one player, that it was after that we considered a goal. Look at the first game against Niger. We're struggling to get goals. And he looked at the game well. Tunde Adeniji wasn't doing well. And he looked at the way the boys were playing.
Well, I'm not taking anything away. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that we won the game. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that we won the game 4-1. We were very good in that game. But don't forget. No, I don't quite agree with that.
Against Tunisia.
What is the pedigree of the Niger? We were very fortunate against the Tunisians. They would have beaten us. They dominated the game.
Don't forget that these are players based in Africa. We're not talking
absolutely.
So you
yes, all the previous coaches have had local made players. They had a national team made from the Nigerian Premier League. I remember the days of West Ham. Have you forgotten when we played against Sudan as in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers? We went there. We went to Khartoum with a bunch of home-based players, and they were able to hold their own in that game. They played at the goalless draw. You remember also against a team. I think it was against Congo. We defeated Congo here. It was a team.
Wait.
Based at home.
Let me
no problem. Best professional was invited.
Let me meet you here. In the same vein, it would be easy to say that Stephen Keshi is not tactically astute because based on what you're saying, that Westerhoff, because he won the Nations Cup and did that, he took a bunch of homeboys to play against. First of all, let's get things right. Nigeria does not have a pedigree when it comes to CHAN.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Well, the final whistle on Hot Sports, of course, a close football watchers from the Nigerian home front not too impressed with the performance of this team under Sunday Oliseh, bringing Sunday Oliseh's tactical competence into question as we get prepared for the qualifiers, very, very crucial qualifiers for the Nations Cup against Egypt, and of course the World Cup qualifiers also there. How far can we go when it comes to this competition? Is Sunday Oliseh tactically competent enough to take this team through the qualifications? Let us leave that to you. Get it to your social media platform. Get to us also through SMS, and let's get your views on this issue. That is how far we can go on Hot Sports this Saturday. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode of Hot Sports.